There's a saying, if you allow your passion to become your purpose,
it will one day become your profession.
Our job is to give people the opportunity at the fish of a lifetime. But on our days off,
it's our turn.
We found out about Shell Creek Reservoir from some friends of ours who primarily bass fish over saltwater fishing. It's straight up old Florida and right up my alley, and not too far from home. I think it's about a 50-55 minute drive from my front door in Sarasota, so it was really an accessible place.
Shell Creek Reservoir is a great place to fish, but it seems like we struggle more than we actually hit it. And you know, the one thing that kind of lures us back is the stories, the things you read on the internet about these giant bass that are caught out there. It can be an incredible fishery, and they can humble you all at the same time.
Anytime that I get an opportunity to use a bait caster, I'm going to take advantage of that. It's not something that's in our daily mix for saltwater fishing on the west coast of Florida. It's not even really something that we do with consistency. So when we get to flip it over to the bait caster, it's a lot of fun. I grew up fishing a bait caster when I was young, so it came back to you. It's kind of like riding a bike. You just never really forget.
We were basically a little pre-spawn, or maybe even right on the spawn, because I think we found a few fish that were in a little deeper water, but are maybe staging up to that spawn, maybe trying to get onto the beds. And even further into the creek, we maybe found a few beds that the fish were staged up in. But you know, that's one of those things that you never really know until you go and spend some time out there. Fish on.
I heard something in the trees.
Down here.
And I looked back. Ready, buddy? He's barely hooked.
Got him. Got him. Oh my God, it's a good one. It's a good one. Come here, come on, come on. Dude. Kind of surprised me. I thought it was hung up on the edge of those pads, and hey, that one started pulling back.
You earned that one, buddy. You earned that one.
Got him.
That was intense, man. I got to be honest. That was intense. That was awesome.
Good fish.
Yeah, I'll take your rod for it.
Thanks, sir. The fish up there are different color than what I've seen in some of these other ponds and lakes here in Florida. One spot, you catch one, and the bass could be super, super dark. And then the very next bass you catch have the most incredible colors you've ever seen on a largemouth. Very splotchy black with some beautiful greens in them. And you know, if you sit there and appreciate what you have there, and instead of just chucking them over the side, you can start to see the differences in those, and the colorations that we caught in some of those fish were just incredible. You had to kind of soak it in a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Man.
he's a good fish.
Big enough to make me nervous. Nice, man.
Look at that. I mean, you would talk about perfect hook. Get some of that, huh? Oh.
Dang.
We are all of a sudden catching them.
This is about as much fun as you can have.
Dude. I saw where that bait was. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you maybe have a little
Thought I had a log.
bar action.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I had a log. And turned out to be this big old bucket mouth. It's a good fish.
Look at that.
Yeah, he's got leeches and legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Very cool.
yeah, man.
A bass is a unique fish and has this big bucket mouth coming out of the water trying to throw that hook. And anytime you see that, it's just a beautiful sight. And it's all worth it when you get to see that happen.
Growing up bass fishing, you know, that was in my blood. I mean, that's really what kind of keyed me in on the whole fishing game. And still today, when I set the hook on that fish and I see that head come out of the water, it's tough to really explain unless you've seen it or felt it yourself. But the adrenaline rush as soon as that fish comes up out of the water, especially if it's a good chunk. I'm not talking the 1 pounder. I mean, that gets you going a little bit, but you get that 5 to 7 pound stuff, that's where it gets good.
Turned out to be an awesome bite, which we're fortunate about because this particular place can be a little hard at times, and it's no secret that it has its hit or miss days. We ended up hitting it just right, and it was a great day to spend on the water.
When Jeremy and I get together and go and do these type of trips, you know, something that we both love to do, and actually hit the mark where the fishing is spot on, we feel like we've figured it out. Now, I know chances of us going back there and repeating that, maybe not so good, but it felt so good that day to really put some quality fish to the boat. And you know, we were both looking at each other and high-fiving, and this is like what it's all about. For us to get away and go do something we both love to do is really refreshing and kind of gives us a restart on our, you know, what we do on a daily basis.